Opera is a very special art form because it has the combination of music and acting and words, and that music can take you to a place that when you're watching just a drama, you've got to rely on the words and the motion. But when you have opera with music as well, it can bring you to different moments, different moods. And for me, when I watch an opera, I can go through in a space of a couple of hours the whole experience of being young, of falling in love, of sad things happening, and it's great escapism. Now, why is it hard to get into? Well, first of all, it's expensive typically, so it's not accessible. I think some of the countries in the world like Germany, it's heavily subsidized, so the ticket prices are low and young people go. And I think because the prices of opera are high, it makes it harder to go. The other thing is the language. It's often performed in its original language. And the reason they do that is because the words with the music sound funny when they're sung in English. Some opera companies do sing in English, but it doesn't sound the same, and so they prefer to use the original language. Now, they solve that problem by having super titles in opera houses. So there is English there, or if you watch a video, there's super titles, or some people say just read about the opera beforehand, and then you don't need to worry about the words per se. You know the story, the music will take you there. And one interesting tidbit on surtitles that was invented in Toronto in Canada at the Canadian Opera Company. The Brian Law Opera Competition is open to anyone who is from the Ottawa, Gatineau National Capital Region from the ages of 20 to 32. The National Capital Opera Society was created with the purpose of putting on this opera competition, which they put on every 2 years. And we're a group of people who get together on a regular basis, several times a year, and we're interested in promoting opera. The opera competition itself is really put in place to encourage and help young singers who want to have a career performing in opera. We publish a newsletter, which is 4 times a year, and anybody can receive that. And we get together and watch opera videos 5 or 6 times a year. But the main purpose is really to put on this competition every second year. And the winner of the competition wins over $7,500. We give out just under $15,000. And the whole reason we're doing this is to help these young singers on their way to have a performance career in opera.
I like to think of every competition and every audition, any opportunity to sing as a performance, because that's really what we are. We're performers. And I would hesitate to get too into the competitive headspace of it all, because that's not, in my experience, and for me, conducive to a true performance. With opera, there is definitely quite a bit of responsibility put on the performer. We have to learn the music, We have to learn, the notes and the rhythms, but we also have to learn the language, what we're saying, how to say it, the context in which the piece was written, the audience to which the piece was premiered. There's endless, truly endless amounts of research one should and could do behind a piece. And then we have to take all of that, synthesize it, and create something that will be interesting, engaging, and will make sense to an audience. And especially in situations like this, when you're singing just an excerpt, sometimes 2 minutes of a piece, you have to know everything and yet convey a very specific and emotional message that will impact someone, even if, for example, they don't know the language that you're singing. I sang a piece in Russian today, which is not my first language, and I really had to try my hardest to convey what I was saying, and it's not too difficult because as humans, we often hear with our eyes, so there's a lot that can be done physically to convey a message, or with your face, with your emotions, and yeah, it's a big job being a performer. Sometimes we make it look easy, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's like a duck on the water with its little feet pumping away, but all you see is the duck just gliding on the top. I love Ottawa. Having grown up here, it has a very special place in my heart, and I really think it's a shame that we don't have a fantastic opera company. We're kind of right on the edge of kind of a artistic explosion and something really fun happening. We just kind of need a catalyst, and I don't know who that should be, but yeah, Ottawa, more opera. That's what Ottawa needs.
Don't go away. Up next, we take you shopping at the Third World Bazaar.